So you're thinking about moving to Sandpoint, Idaho, and you want to know everything there is to know about Sandpoint. You are in the right spot. This video is all things Sandpoint. I'm going to cover topics such as housing, community, education, crime, jobs, transportation, things to do, and the weather right here in Sandpoint. So if that's a video you're looking for, stick around to the very end. I've got tons of great information, lots of driving shots and drone shots so you can see what it looks like here in Sandpoint, Idaho. All right, let's go to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to subscribe and tap that notifications bell so you can be the first to learn about the current market conditions right here in North Idaho. My name is Seth. I'm a former police officer. I work with my lovely wife, Kristen, and we get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people just like you trying to learn more about North Idaho. So whether you're looking to move right now or 12 months from now, give us a call, text, or email. We would love to help you make that smooth move right here to North Idaho. All right, no better backdrop than Schweitzer Mountain right here in Sandpoint, Idaho. This place is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Got some cool drone shots while we were up here and some driving shots. Definitely gonna grab a coffee over here at the coffee shop. This place is great in the fall and summer for mountain biking, and obviously in the wintertime for snowboarding, skiing, all the good stuff. It's a cool spot. I want to talk about home prices. So lowest price sold home in the last 6 months in Sandpoint, $335,000. That's for a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,600 square foot. Highest sold, $3.795 million. That was waterfront, 10 acres, beautiful home right there. You can see in the picture. Lowest active price currently on the market, $239,000. That's for a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,200 square foot home. And the highest active currently is $8.25 million for a 7,700 square foot, 2.6 acre lakefront with a dock. Gorgeous home as well. Median sale price right now is $575,000. That's $347 a square foot. And let's say Sandpoint's growing and building homes in all price ranges. We'll show you the map and kind of just see how much actual building is going on right now. There's quite a bit. It's expanding everywhere and into the nearby areas like Ponderay, Priest River. If you head out that direction, if you head up north, you hit Hope, Clark Fork, all of that. So there's a lot going on here. Obviously there's a lot of money coming into the area with Schweitzer Mountain. They're developing here. They're adding a lot of new condos, homes here as well, so people can have that ski in, ski out experience, which is very well loved. Taxes, we should talk about that a little bit. Taxes here in Sandpoint overall, we're pretty much at a at a 0.7% levy rate. So what that means is you take the value of the home, multiply that by the 0.7% levy rate, and then you get your tax liability. And that does vary a little bit depending on the area. That's just an overall general idea of what taxes are here in Sandpoint. All right, investors, this next section is for you. These stats are all according to AirDNA, which you can look up online. There are 672 active short-term rentals in the Sandpoint area. That includes the surrounding areas and Schweitzer Mountain, where we're at right now. The average daily rate is $406. That average is probably pushed higher because we're in Schweitzer Mountain, and that these tend to rent for a little bit higher, of course, because it's a beautiful area. Occupancy rate is 56%. Average annual short-term rental income is $83,000, so that's pretty darn good. Moving into monthly rentals, the highest current rent right now is $3,875. Lowest is $975. Median monthly rent is sitting right about $2,200 a month for long-term rentals. Let's see, 46% of the people in Sandpoint rent, which seems kind of high to me. And if you're worried about the market crashing, don't be. Homes are still selling for 99.9% of list value here in the Sandpoint area. That's a great thing. That's why you need to have a skilled negotiator on your side. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. Let's talk about one of my favorite things, and that is community. And Sandpoint has a wonderful community. The city of Sandpoint has about 9,875 residents, so it's pretty much a small town. It borders Ponderay, which has is more of a growing population, and Ponderay has some of the big box stores that you might be looking for, like Home Depot, bigger grocery stores, Petco, things like that. So having that close proximity to that area is a huge benefit, but the way Sandpoint sits on the lake, it's just like it really takes advantage of being on Lake Pend Oreille. It's absolutely gorgeous. The city beach is one of my favorite parts of Sandpoint because you walk out there and it feels like you took a step back in time. White sandy beaches, beautiful water. It's really clear water, a little bit on the cooler side, and tons of people up there having a good time. Lots of families around. Sandpoint's a great city for families. Has a very walkable downtown as well, and niche.com gives Sandpoint a B rating overall, which is a great rating for a community. And it's, like I said, it's kind of a step back in time. You'll see families walking around, kids walking around town, not worrying about, there's not a lot of crime. You're not going to see any homeless people. It has a little bit more of a bougie vibe. It's not as a resort feeling as Coeur d'Alene, probably because it is a little bit smaller, but it is a good vacation community as well. So with that vibe, I get like a hippie vibe in some of the stores, but it's still a very conservative area, so don't be concerned about that if that's something you're looking for. Lots of good little organic restaurants in town, coffee shops, all that stuff that you would just love. Like I said, it's a very walkable area, and it's a great place to come hang out, even if it's just for the day, and if you don't want to live there but you want to live nearby, and you have that place to come to hang out and do all your stuff with the family. All right, let's talk about schools in Sandpoint, Idaho real quick. I got all this information off niche.com. Niche.com gave the school system a B+ rating in Sandpoint. That's really good. We have 12 public schools, 7 private schools, and homeschool is really big up here too. As you might have guessed, North Idaho is very big for homeschool because the rules are relaxed and there's a lot of freedom there as well. We also have North Idaho College right here in Sandpoint, and nearby in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane as well, there's secondary schools, so you have that option nearby if that's what you're looking for. So overall, school's very good, great community. Kids can participate, homeschool kids can participate in public school sports, and that's a big bonus for a lot of families that are looking to have that sports experience for the kids but still get the homeschool environment. Let's talk about one of my favorite topics as a former police officer, and that is crime. Niche.com gives Sandpoint a B- for crime, and take that with a grain of salt. It's a really safe place to live. You'll feel really safe in town. You're not going to see any homeless people, if that's something that concerns you, and it should. And it's like there's no gangs running around. It's a great place to be. Assault is half the national average. Other violent crime is way below that. Property crime is a fraction of the national average. So overall, a really safe place to be. Good police presence with Sandpoint Police Department and Sheriff's Department operating up there, as well as the Idaho State Police patrolling the freeways. So it's a great place to be. Law enforcement is loved and welcomed in North Idaho, which we all appreciate. So it's crime, nothing to worry about. All right, let's take a moment to talk about jobs up here in Sandpoint, Idaho. The average household income is $72,000, and that's according to the World Population Review. Unemployment rate is pretty low at 4.3%. And some of the bigger industry up here, these will shock you. Aerospace, healthcare, that's the normal one. Aerospace kind of threw me off a little bit. Tourism, biomedical, software development, food production, and manufacturing. Also lumber and mills, of course, as well. And some of the bigger names of companies up here are Quest Aircraft, Tamarack Aerospace, Kochava. I'm assuming they make some kind of kombucha or something. That's what that sounds like. Biomedical Innovations and Lighthouse Foods. I've seen Lighthouse in the grocery store many times. They make salad dressings, which are actually pretty good. They're made right here in Sandpoint, Idaho. Who knew? Let's talk about transportation. Sandpoint is a very walkable city, great for bike riding as well. There is a free bus service called Spot for Sandpoint residents that will get you around town to the farther locations. And Sandpoint has a really great thing that they did downtown. They put a bunch of public docks in right kind of near the city beach and right near the main drag, so you can literally boat in right there, park your boat, walk up to the restaurants, go get dinner, and then boat back to wherever you came from. It's a really cool feature. Super cool that they did that. Should also mention traffic in Sandpoint due to construction can be a little bit challenging at times, but that is everywhere in North Idaho, especially in the summer. And then one other thing to mention is the Long Bridge as you're heading north to get to Sandpoint. it can get congested, especially if there's a crash or something like that, and there are really no reasonable alternative routes to get into Sandpoint, so you're stuck waiting in that traffic line if something happens. Just something to point out. It's a pro or a con. You can look at it either way. That's it for transportation. Well, let's move on. All right, on to another one of my favorite topics, and that is things to do. And there's so much to do up here in Sandpoint. Obviously, we have all of the lake activities. Pend Oreille is an enormous lake, bigger than Coeur d'Alene. It is just great for boating, paddleboarding, swimming, all that stuff. City Beach in Sandpoint is amazing. It's like going back to 1980 with the lifeguards and the little white sandy beach, little ice cream shack, all that stuff. It's fantastic. Also have Schweitzer Mountain, which mountain biking, hiking, skiing, snowboarding, Nordic skiing, all of that is right there with a wonderful, modern, beautiful lodge to go stay at and tons of housing opportunities up there as well. We've got festivals, events, Schweitzer Fall Fest up at Schweitzer, which is just a great time in the fall. It's beautiful up there at that time of year. Craft breweries in town, public sports. It's all here. You can find it all right here in Sandpoint. Time to talk about the weather. So Sandpoint gets a little bit more snow than the Coeur d'Alene area. It sits about 61 inches of snow per year, 31 inches of rain, and 175 sunny days on average right here. So that doesn't mean every other day is extremely cloudy. There could be sun peeking through and it might be partially cloud, and they'll count it as a cloudy day. Hot days, we average in the 80s, sometimes hit in the 90s, and occasionally triple digits as well. Average low is 24. Does not mean you won't see lower temperatures than that occasionally, but it's pretty rare. So winters are, it depends where you come from. If you come from the Northeast like I do, they're pretty mild here, to be honest with you. If you're coming from down south, it'll be an eye-opening experience for you, but it's not insurmountable. Nothing to be too freaked out about. Winter driving is a lot easier with a good set of snow tires. Remember that. Thank you for joining us on this tour of Sandpoint, Idaho. We hope you enjoyed it and found it informational, and hopefully there was enough driving and drone shots so you could really get an image of what Sandpoint looks like. It's a beautiful, beautiful city to live in. And remember, if you're looking to move right now or 12 months from now, give us a call, text, or email. We would love to help you make that smooth move right here to Sandpoint, Idaho.